What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and as I just briefly skim over the details from the Kiely Rodni case, there are two things that are really sticking out to me. One of those things being the fact that Kiely's car is missing as well. Now, I can't put myself in the shoes of someone who would do something this terrible, but in my mind, if you were trying to abduct a young teenage girl from a party, you probably wouldn't want to go through the trouble of stealing her car as well. I would think you would want it to be a quick snatch and grab situation. Try to make it as quiet and nonchalant as possible. And I think maybe taking her car as well, maybe that would cause more commotion than what these type of people would like to do. Also, if these are just random strangers who are a random stranger that decided to abduct this girl, then how would they even know what car belonged to her? There were hundreds of kids at this party. I would assume there were dozens and dozens of vehicles. How would they know which vehicle belonged to Kiely unless they knew Kiely, or maybe they staked out Kiely during the party, or maybe even before the party? So the fact that the car is missing is a really big deal in this case, because I was thinking, before I even knew that the car was missing as well, I was thinking, hey, maybe she got high and drunk and wandered off in the woods somewhere and got lost. Who knows? It's happened to people before. But no, the car is missing as well. Now, correct me if I'm mistaken, but around 12:25, didn't Kiely reach out to her friend, Sammy, telling her that asking her if she still needed a ride home? Now, usually, at least in my case, if I'm asking a friend, do you still need a ride home? That means that I'm probably about to leave. I'm not asking you, hey, you still need a ride home 5 hours before I leave the party. I'm asking you that as I'm getting ready to go ahead and head out and wrap things up. So the fact that she asked her friend if she still needed a ride indicates to me that she was thinking of leaving, or she was about to leave. So I do think there's a possibility that Kiely left that party and something happened on the way home. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that's a fact. This is speculation. In fact, I don't even necessarily want to call it speculation. We're just exploring the possibilities here. But if it had just been Kiely who had gone missing and her car was still at the campground, this would be a completely different story. But who would go through the effort of not only taking Kiely, but taking her car as well? I would think it would have to be someone that maybe knows her. Now, another possibility is that Kiely got drunk. We've already heard from Sammy that she was supposedly probably too drunk to drive home. Maybe she fell asleep in her vehicle with the door unlocked. Someone hopped in and took advantage of that situation. I think that's a very strong possibility. There's no denying the fact that the strongest possibility in this situation is that something happened at that party. That one of those kids did something. One of those kids knows something. Maybe some of the adults that were there, we know that there were older kids or young adults, that's how they called them, college kids, you name it. The most likely scenario is that someone at that party did something and that they know something. But I want to keep an open mind here. I want to explore every possibility. I want you all to understand, like I just said, I'm not sitting here telling you all that this is actually what happened. I'm not even telling you all that this is what I think happened. I just think we need to explore this possibility. Because another key detail that stuck out to me is where Kiely lives. I was reading through this article and it says that Kiely lives in the back country at a lodge hotel run by her mom. Now, a lodge hotel in the back country. Nothing against this hotel, nothing against Kiely's mom, nothing against this lodge, but I would believe that there's probably some shady characters who pass through that lodge in the back country. I mean, I think it's safe to say that any hotel or motel has its fair share of shady people that come in and out. And if you're someone who's maybe laying low because you know you're guilty of this or you're guilty of that, surely you would want to stay at a backcountry lodge. Is there a possibility here that someone at that backcountry lodge took an interest in Kiely? Maybe they overheard a conversation about her going to this party. Maybe they already knew about these parties. Maybe they followed her there. Maybe they waited on her to leave. I think we need to start asking those questions as well. I know everyone is dead set on the kids at this party and Kiely's friends, and I understand why. And like I said, that is the strongest possibility. More than likely, something happened at that party, and one of those kids knows something. But I think we need to ask, if someone hasn't asked already, who was staying at this backcountry lodge? They even go so far as to say, I think it was her grandfather, maybe I'm wrong, I don't want to be mistaken, but sorry if I am, that Kiely really knew the area. She knew the back roads. And I would think, hey, if you've been partying and drinking all night, you probably don't want to go hop on the highway. You live in the back country anyway, so she's probably taking those backcountry roads home. Now, I don't know how things are where she lives, but where I live, the backcountry roads can be very lonely, very desolate. Sometimes you're the only person out there, especially late at night. So I don't know if something weird happened on her way home, maybe right before she made it home. I just think that that is a possibility. Some people believe that maybe she ran her car into a body of water. That's a possibility as well, but I'm telling you all, I just get a weird vibe. And I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But something about this story is really icky and iffy to me. And when I found out that detail about her living at a lodge hotel, that really sent my alarms off. Because that's so many people who are in and out of this hotel, who have maybe interacted with her, who have maybe seen her. We know there's creepos out there that take interest in young girls and stalkerish type people. Piglet, my dog, I'm sorry, my dog is snoring. Please stop snoring so I can record this video. So, I don't know, folks. Has anyone asked this question yet? Let me know down in the comments below. Some of you all have probably been more up to date on this case than I am. I'm like 6 days, 7 days late to covering this case. But I haven't seen anyone talking about her, where she was living. And I really think that's a very big key detail, because she's not living in a normal situation. She's living in a situation that exposes her to a bunch of people who are coming in and out. You're staying at a backcountry lodge. Hey, maybe I'll just go ahead and take this girl with me on the way to the next backcountry lodge. You understand? Do you catch my drift here? And I'm not trying to say, oh, this hotel was run down and bad. I've never seen this hotel. I don't know anything about this lodge. I'm not trying to talk down on the mother or their establishment or their business. I'm sure it's a perfectly good place. But bad people go to perfectly good places all the time. Bad people often travel through the back country because guess what? They don't want to get seen by many people. They don't want to deal with many people. So it's almost like it's like when you turn a lamp on outside and all the mosquitoes flock. All of the people who are running from the law, all of the people who don't want to deal with society, they go the back roads. They go through the back country. They stay in these random lodges. And maybe on their journey, they took interest in this young girl, caught whiff that she was going out to have a party in the middle of the woods, and figured, hey, this is a perfect opportunity to do some creepo stuff and to run off with her. For all we know, this could be someone that tailed her to this party and maybe tried to blend in. We already have reports that older people started showing up. College kids were showing up. Random people from other areas of California were coming from miles and miles away. And there's hundreds of people out here. Surely someone from this lodge could just come and blend in. Also, there's a bunch of 16-year-olds out here. All of them are drinking alcohol. They're smoking, they're probably popping this, popping that. Who do you think's supplying all this stuff? Is there a possibility that Kiely met someone at the lodge that maybe offered to buy her alcohol? You know, maybe she couldn't get it on her own. Maybe there was someone at the lodge that was like, hey, I hear you're going out tonight to a little party in the woods. No, you're only 16. You're not old enough to buy alcohol. Hey, maybe I can. I don't know. What I want you all to understand, and I have to hammer this home because people will run wild. I'm not saying that I think this is the case. I'm not saying that this is the strongest possibility. I'm not saying this is the number one scenario in my mind, you know, that I'm playing out that could have possibly happened. I'm just saying this is something we need to explore. I really think it's something we need to explore because it looks as if she left that campground. I mean, obviously she did. One way or another, either someone took her out of there, someone drove her out of there in her own car, or she drove her own car out of there and something happened on the way home. I don't know what it could be. But it's like hundreds of people here, and they all claim to really know nothing, to have seen nothing. Most of her so-called friends left before she did. And even so, as you're leaving a party, I mean, no one saw this girl leave. There's so many possibilities here that I've gone through in my mind. There's always the possibility that maybe she took some stuff and had a bad reaction to it. And people at the party are scared and they tried to hide her. I don't know. But the fact that the car is gone is a very big deal. Because it means that she either left that party originally on her own free will, or someone went through the effort to not only take her, but to take her car as well. And part of me believes if it's just a young kid here at this situation and something bad happened, yeah, maybe they would hide her, but would they take her car as well? Why not just leave the car there? I don't know. I don't know. It's a very tough situation. Taking the car, along with taking Kiely, now you got two chances of getting caught. Because not only do you have to worry about them finding Kiely or whatever happened to Kiely, but you also have to worry about them finding the vehicle. So if you just wanted to take Kiely and you just wanted to abduct her from the party, then maybe you could have done so without taking the car. But I don't know, folks. Hopefully we get down to the bottom of this. I know there's a press conference soon. I am just now looking into this situation. This is just some of my initial thoughts that I'm rambling off the top of my head. Let me know your thoughts, though, down below. Do you think this is a possible scenario? Has someone already looked into this? Like, have law enforcement even mentioned the fact that she lives in this back road hotel? Have they even talked about the people who are living at this hotel or staying at this hotel? Let me know all of that down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all on the next video.